Yeah, so good morning, sir. This is Kumar Sparsh, and I'm with my teammate Pavan, Teja, Varma. And we are going to demonstrate the attacks and their prevention that we discussed in the previous review. So, what we are trying to do is we have made a forum website with using HTML, CSS for PHP as backend and MySQL database. So, in that case, we decided on 4 attacks, that is SQL injection, session fixation, cross-site scripting, and cross-site request forgery attacks. So we have been successfully able to execute all these attacks on our website, as well as the prevention part have also been done. So for first attack, that is SQL injection, I will hand over to my teammate, Pavan.
Hello, sir. I am Varma, and I'm going to explain about the SQL injection. An SQL injection is a type of injection attack. Mainly, it injects attacks to miscellaneous crafted inputs, such as causing application to perform unit actions. And this is about the SQL injection. What is the main severity or the main problem after injecting this attack was extract sensitive information and as well as delete the data or drop tablets or in fact further miscellaneous code. But in this presentation or in this review, we are going to demonstrate about enumerate the second one. We are going to uh, live demonstrate here. So we're going to the live demonstration right now.
Yeah. So this is our website. This is the front page of our website. And since we have to perform SQL injection on a form, so we decided on the login form that we had in our website. So like we have a username t@t.com and the password is 1. Okay, so this is the thing that we have stored in the database. But if we log in, so we can see that we are successfully able to log in, and here it's showing that welcome t@t.com. But for SQL injection, what we are trying to do is that we are going to log in. If the I'm going to pretend as a hacker. Okay, I know the email address. I'm going to write it down here, but I don't know the password. So a hacker, what it does, it will just include this script over here, paste this thing and press enter. So if the website is vulnerable, if this form is vulnerable to SQL injection, as soon as we submit this form, it should redirect to us to the next page. That means that it should get authenticated by itself. Yeah, so we can see that we have still logged, okay, without even using the password. So for the prevention part, I'm going to hand over to Pavan.
As my teammates first said about the injection part, I'm going to explain about the prevention part and how we can prevent this using. We had several ideas to protect this one, but uh, we finalized the escaping the inputs and as the main priority for this attack. So we are going to live demonstrate that in right now. First, can you this is the code of our SQL injection part, and as you can see that we will preventing using this the string lashes. What the string lashes means, it can be used to if you are aren't inserting this data into a place or such the requirement is escaping. For example, if you are having a simple outputting data like straight form of HTML to HTML full form, it can prevent those part and also hash pass MySQL real escape. Uh, what is the main function of this one? This one means escaping the special characters. As we can see, the hacker in the previous first set, he has given some special characters and he had login. But after using this command, it will escape the special characters in the string from the use of SQL statement, and we will demonstrate it. And first,
Yeah, so we have uncommented this thing. So according to us, if we try to log in as an hacker did last time, so we should successfully be able to log in previous time. But this time we have now uncommented. We have used the prevention method. So this time if this method works, we should not be able to log in. Hacker should not have access like he tried to access the account previously. So we are going to write the same thing, same quotations, and we are going to click on submit. So we can see it's showing an alert that incorrect email or password. So this means that hacker has not been able to access the account using the SQL injection attack, and we have successfully been able to prevent this. So coming on to the next attack, our next attack is basically session fixation attack. So for the session fixation attack, what it does, it's basically the session fixation vulnerabilities can make users liable to having their session hijacked. Okay. So if whenever someone logs in, a new session starts. Whenever someone enters into a website, a new session starts. But if they have been authenticated and their session gets hijacked, then it's a very much possibility that a hacker will be using their account without even having the access to their username or password. Okay, so we are going to demonstrate the attack first. So over here, as we can see, I'm going to refresh this page and I'm going to inspect. So yeah, we can see over here the session ID right now is this thing 030 and something like that. Okay, and I'm going to log in. I'm the victim and I'm going to log in and I'm going to enter the password. And we see that session ID is same. Now, if a user tries to send this link to someone else and that person is the hacker, okay, if this URL gets leaked to the hacker, then what it will do, we are we are posting the session ID in the URL itself because we need to have access to it in several other web pages. So a hacker can just copy this thing and he will open his own instance of the website. So we are going to pretend now as a hacker. So we can see over here that the session ID of this instance is different. But as soon as we edit its value to the previous one that we had, and I'm going to press enter and refresh this page, what we see is that as the user have already logged in, attacker has the access to the user's account. Okay, he can totally access the user's account. He's not logged in. So our website is session fixation vulnerable. So to prevent that, we have right now, we are going to show the methods. So yeah, hackers use session fixation to basically hijack user session in website, bypass website authentication scheme. And this is almost the worst thing that could happen security wise, because neither administrator nor the user may not know when it has occurred. So we just showed you the demonstration of the first part, that is we tried to hijack the user session in website. So for the prevention part, what we are going to do, many methods are there. Like we can just pass the session ID in get or post variable, but since many websites need to pass the session ID in the URLs, so we are not taking this as a method to consider. Second is that we can regenerate the session ID at authentication. And third one is that accept only server generated session IDs. Okay, like server will only be generating the session ID, not the code. So yeah, fourth one is that timeout and replacement of old session IDs. So this is the most common method we'll see in most of the websites. A session gets expired, even in VTOP itself. Session gets expired after a certain time, like 15 minutes. And implement a strong logout function, obviously. So we are going to demonstrate the second method. For that, what we are going to do, we are going to regenerate the session ID. So over here is our if condition of authentication. So this is the function that we are going to use. This is a predefined function in PHP, which will regenerate the session ID. And we have set its value to true. As you can see, it's showing over there that it will update the current session ID with a newly generated one. And it takes a Boolean argument. So we are saving this. Now we are going to the website again. We'll refresh this page and we are going to log in again. So we are logging again. Yeah, t@t.com and the password is 1. Now what will happen? We have this session ID. This is the session ID that will be vulnerable to the user. But what actually is happening is that we are going to open the application. We are going to see that the session ID over here is changed. I'll show it once again. We are going to log out and we are going to log in over here again. Now the session ID is starting from 5LR or something. We are going to log in again. t@t.com, password is 1. And as soon as we submit, we see that session ID is changed. This is the new session ID after authentication. That's what that function was for. But over there, over in the URL, we have the previous session ID. Okay, so this is how we are going to demonstrate the session fixation prevention part. Over here, I can also show you, like if I try to inspect and I'm going to put the application, PHP session ID, and I'm going to edit this value as we got in the previous session URL. I'm going to press enter and refresh this page. You can see even if the session ID is same, but it's still not getting logged in because the session has been regenerated after authentication. So that's how we are going to prevent the session ID, session fixation attack in our website. Now I'll hand over to Pavan for the next attack, that is cross-site scripting attack.
Yeah, our third attack was cross-site scripting and shortly named as XSS. And can we see what is XSS means? XSS is most one of the common attacks of attackers nowadays. Using the attack in websites, and XSS vulnerabilities are permanent and miscellaneous user to execute a binary checks of a JavaScript and as well as visit the user to the site. And XSS is the most commonly publicly reported. Nowadays, you can see that, and it is a security vulnerability as per and a part of every hacker's toolkit. And what is the severity mainly of this XSS attack was spreading a worms on social media and as well as performing session hijacking and performing a service attack and website vandalism and performs a theft of identity and other sensitive data and perform the financial fraud. And we are going to demonstrate about the performing the denial of service attacks and website vandalism in our demonstration. And how can we going to protect this? And so we come into our website, custom-made website, and here we're going to comment we're going to comment in the comment section like script alert. This is the XSS demo of XSS attack.
So yeah, so as Pavan said, if we just post this comment in the database, then it should throw an alert. Okay, if this website is XSS vulnerable, it should throw an alert. And we'll try posting it. Yeah. So we are seeing that the alert is being thrown. That means this attack is XSS vulnerable. Yeah. So we can see over here that it's showing us the alert that comment has been added. And we can see, like, if we are normally posting as a user, we are posting the comment, it will show us over here. But since it's a script tag, it's within the script tag, it's showing nothing. But when we go over to the database, what we see that this script tag is already there. So if someone else tries to come to this page, so we are going to log out and we are going to pretend as another user. I'm a different user, I'm a user number 2, and I'm going to open this page again. So if that attack has been, we just showed you the demonstration of that attack in that page. But as soon as we open this thread, if that attack is still in there, it's still effective, then it will throw an alert again. See, we didn't even put the comment over now. Still, it's showing us the alert because that script tag is already there in the comment section. So that's the XSS demonstration, and Pavan will take over the prevention part.
As my teammates first said, it is vulnerable. So how can we going to protect this? And these are some of the following methods can use for this prevention. First one is escape dynamic content. Second one is whitelist values. And third one is implement a content security policy. And fourth one is sanitize HTML. And Fifth one is HTTP only cookies. And we are going to select scientific HTML for the prevention part in this live demonstration. And can we move to the live demonstration right now? Yeah, this is code of our customer website. And in this XSS attack, how can we prevent this? Like we are using thread PHP, like string tags. Basically, what means the string tag means? Function string tags function is that strips away or simply like say that removes the HTML tags from the input, and we will include this prevention, and we will perform once again the attack we have been seen before, and you can see the results of it. First, can you move to the live demonstration in the website?
Yeah. So we'll go over to that page again, sir, and we'll see that we have removed that comment. Yes, yeah, we have removed that comment. Now I'm going to log in again, because in order to post a comment, the user must be logged in. So I'm the attacker right now, and I'm going to post this again. In this thread, we are going to post the comment. So I'm going to again post the same thing. Like I'm going to post the script, alert. This is a demo of XSS and script closed. And as soon as I post this, we'll see there's no alert being thrown. And this alert is showing that, yeah, comment has been added. That's been added to the database successfully. And here now we can see that those script tags have been removed. And even in the database, if we refresh this page and we see what the value is in the database, the value stored is without the script tags. So that's how we are showing the prevention of XSS attack. Now moving on to the next attack, which is a cross-site request forgery. So talking about cross-site request forgery, it's basically used to trick a user's browser into performing unwanted action on your site. Any function that users can perform deliberately is something they can be tricked into performing inadvertently using CSRF attack. What does it mean by that? What hackers can do using this attack? So they can steal confidential data, they can spread worms in social media, they can install malware on devices, and it is routinely described as one of the top 10 security vulnerabilities by OWASP. So that's why this attack is of major concern to us. So we are going to demonstrate the attack first. So yeah, we as an attacker, let's see what attacker does. We are going to demonstrate a CSRF attack on a form. So form, we know that this login portal is a form basically. So what attacker does, he will just go to view page source and then look for the login part, and he will look for the form. So the form he is looking for is over here. This is the form he is looking for. He just has to simply copy this thing and paste it in his own page. So we have already done this thing, and I'll just show the PHP file that attacker has made for himself. And yeah, here is the page, and here is the same form. There's literally nothing else in this page except for Bootstrap. There's nothing else in this page. And to make it look distinguished, we have used the attacker's website title over here. Now we are going to open this page. So we have already opened this page in this browser to make it fast. And if the user tries to log in from this side, so if the website is vulnerable to CSRF attack, this form is vulnerable to CSRF attack, then what should it do? As soon as the user tries to log in from this page, the attacker's website, it should get submitted and it should get redirected to the main website. But since we had to make a entire different code in order to show the CSRF prevention, it took us a very long code in order to prevent it. That's why I'm not commenting it out. I'm not showing the attack again. So this is just the prevention. What we are doing here is basically, I'm going to show the prevention method. Yeah, coming to the prevention method, we have multiple prevention methods. We have REST method, that is representation state transfer, which insists that GET requests are only used to view the resources, anti-forgery tokens, and include additional authentication. So these three methods are there. And from these three, we are using the second one. We are generating a CSRF token. I'm going to show where we are generating and how we are generating that. So over here, like we are going to login modal. We see what we have is a CSRF token function. Now, this is a custom made function. What it does, it just generates a CSRF token, and that token will, yeah, this is the function, CSRF token function. This is a token like it will just generate a random 32 bytes and it will convert binary to hex function. And then we are posting it on the session, and we are returning that token variable in the session ID itself. So we are returning it over here, and in the handle login, in the login page, we are having it as an input hidden in the page source. Okay, and that's how we are going to validate within when we are trying to log in. This part is going to validate. First of all, if the token is present or not, then if it's not present, then it will show token not found. That is a CSRF token missing. Otherwise, if the token is visible, token is available, but the session token is not the same as the token that has been posted from that we have fetched from the URL, then it will show an error that token is invalid, that is a CSRF token mismatch. And if neither is the case, then it will simply let us log in. So we knew that hacker can do anything except for generating the token, because as soon as he goes over there, he will see over here that this field, this is the hidden field, and over here, we, as soon as we refresh the page, this value will always change. Login. Yeah, this value will always change. As much as we refresh the page, this value will get changed again and again. So hacker cannot just decide on one value, and we are authenticating in our website. That's why this thing, we are preventing CSRF attack by using CSRF token that we generated in the PHP using our own function. So that's it for us, guys. And that's our all four attacks. And coming to the end, we can show you that we showed you in the previous review as well, that we had a Vega scanner report, and we went through the website and checked the report that which attacks they are vulnerable to, and we mentioned it over here in the report. We'll also include it in the document that we are going to upload. And this is it, sir. These are the four attacks, and thank you.